So let's check in on the Dr. Oz campaign. Here we have a clip, him telling a story about how John Fetterman is basically Satan.
So Herschel tells a story, which I think's got a lot to it. There's this guy, a young man, dies tragically, but because he was so young in the early throes of his life, St. Peter meets him and says, you don't get a choice.
Okay, so hold the phone. So Herschel Walker told a story about a young man who just happens to be young. Wait, what? Okay, like, I mean, what? Okay, so there's a young man, and he's young.
Young man dies tragically, but because he was so young in the early throes of his life.
So wait, no. He was young in the early throes of his life. So he's in the early throes, right, of the life, and he's also young, and he dies. All right, let's go.
St. Peter meets him and says, you don't get a choice. You don't.
Who the hell is St. Peter, by the way? Does anyone know who St. Peter is?
Do this too often, but you get a choice. You can go down deep to, well, to hell, or
down deep. I'm sorry, I love the language here. Down deep. How deep? I'm interested. I'm interested to go down deep. I would really like to know how deep it goes.
You can go to heaven, but you get to pick as you wish. He's about to pick heaven and thinks, you know, I get to actually look at hell first, then I'll pick heaven. So gets into the elevator. They use elevators in heaven. Goes all the way down, and he gets off the elevator. Imagine the coolest club you've ever been to. The best bar ever. Just perfect lounges, wonderful music, everyone's friendly, everyone's having a great time. And he looks around and says, it's not so bad, not so bad. So he says, I should go look at heaven just to be safe. He goes up to heaven, gets to the top, and it's an event like this. Everyone's happy and joyous, but you don't have all the other stuff that was in that bar setting, right? You got big drinks, music, got a lot of other stuff going on there.
So is this like, okay, I'm guessing this is like a stand-up set, but no one is laughing. And like, if you look at the background, they're all bored. Like, this bitch died, like, this bitch died like 30 minutes before the story started. Like, she's about to pass out. Like, this bitch is another zombie, right? Like, this guy is not impressed. Like, this guy is like, whoa, can I, like, nudge myself out of the frame here? Like,
it's got a difficult decision. He decides he's going to go with hell. So St. Peter says, fine, takes him down to the bottom, opens the door, pushes him out, and it's the worst scene ever. You've got fire and brimstones, horrible screaming, terrible lizards chasing after people. And he looks and says, what happened? And just then Satan walks around the corner, and he says, well, earlier I was campaigning. That, my friends, is the problem with John Fetterman.
So John Fetterman is Satan, and so okay, so he's Satan, and he's trying to make, but he's campaigning, so he's showing everyone mixed drinks. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know, like, it's a decent joke, right? I guess. But, like, how does this apply to your opponent? Right? Like, that's the thing. Is like, you gotta, like, instead of having, like, the bar and the mixed drinks or something, talk about, like, socialism, right? You know, like, I don't know, like, how does this apply to John Fetterman? I don't know. But either way, it appears that this individual is still dead. Oh wait, no, hold up. Is she alive at the end? Wait, she's alive. So she woke back up. Someone gave her, like, CPR or something, like, you know, that thing where they, I don't know. Anyway, so that's Dr. Oz campaign. I read a poll that said that Dr. Oz is scoring in the 30s, under 40% in the Senate polling. I don't know if I trust that. It seems to me like that's too good to be true. But also, that's hilarious. In fact, let me just look up, see if there's a polling average. What is the most recent poll? They don't poll these fucking states like they do for president years. Presidential years, there's polling for every fucking thing. From what I can see... Oof, yeah, Fetterman is on average 10 points up, according to an aggregate of polls. I don't know, that's crazy. But Dr. Oz, not looking so good.